in the 70s, the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Lab ran experiments where they would use a random number generator. I'm sure you've heard of this. And participants would sit in front of it. It was sort of like a digital coin toss that was balanced to produce 50-50 results. And participants were told to focus their intention on a particular number, either a 1 or a 0, and to try and make that number be what was generated by the random number generator. And it was found, after many years of doing this research, that there was a statistically larger possibility that the participants were influencing the random number generator. That when they wanted a 1 to appear, for instance, a 1 would appear. This research was contested by a lot of science, I feel it's only right to say. Many felt that there wasn't good scientific rigor in the experiments. They couldn't be replicated, the experiments. There were patterns that were sought out after the fact kind of thing. So it's not 100% across the board agreed that this research was valuable. But when you come from my point of view, you know it's valuable. So I'm going to go with that what we learned is that we have an effect over our environment. We can make things happen. As the Almighty Ascended Master Jesus taught, we can move mountains if we want to. And one interesting aspect of these experiments that came out was that the people who had the best success with being able to influence the number that was produced were the ones who were, number one, very open and open-minded, not just about the moment, not just about the experiment itself, but in life. Those who were willing to hear other points of view, those who were willing to forgive more easily, people who were open had better success. So that's number one, and that's very interesting. And I think it points to the fact that as a practicing medium, in order to feel deeply connected and in order to have successful results when you're giving readings, it's important to continually be working through your own version of openness. And that means healing. That means being willing to be present with your emotional experience and to allow it to be a part of your energy field rather than throwing it back at other people. Throwing back at other people clogs us, makes less space for spirit to come through. And it also just takes away the peace that is so possible for us. So that was number one, the idea that openness and open-minded people tended to have more success. Number two was that those who had success had a specific relationship to the machine itself, to the random number generator. They didn't say much about what that relationship was, but there was an aspect of those people who had success in being able to determine the number that came out, where they were present with the machine, where they made the machine a part of their intention, rather than separately trying to bring about a 1 or a 0 and not considering the machine a part of it. So what does this say to me? This shows me what I already know to be true, which is that when we are, as mediums, giving readings to people, when we are intuitively connecting with another person, when we are doing energy healing, or even just when we are living our lives and connecting with those around us and using our intuition to guide us, the most important aspect is the connection to the other. It isn't so much about knowing what's happening in the ether or being aware of some separate presence apart from both of you, you and the sitter, or you and the person you're connecting with. It's about the two of you. It's about a deep connection that happens and allows you to be able to see into the other person and vice versa. And so learning to be comfortable with deep connection helps us to be able to both establish intuitive exchange and also to be able to connect on a level that can be validated by the sitter, to share information that is true and that resonates, to be able to pick up on information that's coming from them, but is being elicited by this energy as a medium that is connected to them. So it's a complicated situation, obviously, but I just wanted to bring up that Princeton experiment, which somebody mentioned in the comments a while ago in another video I did, and I knew about the experiment, but this aspect of it I don't know is talked about very much. This idea that when we are giving readings, when we are connecting intuitively, whether it's professionally or not, it's more about the other person rather than being about the information or the energy or the spirit, if that's what you want to call it. It's not so much about that. What we are doing is connecting with the other. We're not reading the ether. We're connecting with the other. And to do that, you have to be open. You have to be willing to be fully present. It's a major part of mediumship and intuitive knowing. So the next time you intend to give an intuitive reading or practice mediumship, rather than seeking the air around the sitter, just be with the sitter. Just allow your energy to quietly, without thought, without intention, be with the sitter and see what comes through. And of course, as always, breathe.